Welcome to the sweet potato saga, where one humble orange root begins a hero's journey and ends as a mountain of delicious carbs. In this video, you will learn how to choose the right starter potato. Wake it up to grow slips, root those slips like a plant scientist, harden them off without emotional damage. Prep perfect soil, plant with proper spacing, water and mulch. Like a pro, feed without overdoing it, wrangle the jungle vines, beat common pests politely, grow monster tubers in containers, stretch the season in cool climates, harvest without heartbreak, cure for maximum sweetness, store like a root goblin, and save your best tubers to start next year for free. Check out the Strong Echo AI gardening app. It is a tiny gardening coach in your pocket. You can grow it. Chapter 1, The Chosen Spud. Selecting a winner. Pick an organic, untreated sweet potato that looks smooth, firm, and fresh. If it looks like it knows your Wi-Fi password from 2008, put it back. Choose a flavor you love eating, because you are cloning this personality. Pro tip: ask markets for untreated roots or buy certified slips if you want a named variety. Mistake to avoid: using sprout-inhibited grocery roots. If it refuses to make slips after 3 weeks of warmth and moisture, it is on strike. Chapter 2, Awakening the Potato. Growing a forest of slips. Half bury the potato in moist, sterile potting mix or float it over water with toothpicks like a spa day marshmallow. Keep it warm and bright. Aim for cozy, not sauna. Pro tips: a seedling heat mat or the top of the fridge speeds sprouting. Rotate the potato so all sides get light. Mist soil to keep it evenly damp. Mistakes to avoid: letting the medium dry out, parking it in a cold draft, or using garden soil indoors that invites 6,000 gnats to your living room. Chapter 3, Slip Harvest. Gentle extraction, maximum multiplication. When slips hit 5 to 7 inches with several leaves, twist them off with a gentle wobble. Think unscrewing a light bulb, not starting a lawnmower. The mother potato will keep producing more like a generous ant. Pro tips: harvest every few days to encourage new shoots. Keep a tray handy to sort by size. Mistakes to avoid: tearing slips below a node, which reduces rooting vigor. Ignoring tiny slips that will root beautifully if given time, and their own jar. Chapter 4, Rooting the Slip Squad. From stems to root beards. Place slips in jars so only the lower stem is submerged. Give each slip personal space. Roots will explode like they just heard the dinner bell. Pro tips: change water every 2 or 3 days. Add a tiny pinch of liquid kelp or a splash of compost tea once to encourage roots. Label varieties. Mistakes to avoid: drowning leaves, cramming 10 slips in 1 cup, or rooting in a dim cave. Light keeps the tops growing while the bottoms beard up. Chapter 5, Harden off without the meltdown. Your pampered indoor stars need outdoor training. Give them short daily field trips for 4 to 7 days. Start in bright shade, then gradually add sun and breeze. Pro tips: a small fan indoors builds sturdy stems. If temps dip, pause hardening and return to the spa. Mistakes to avoid: launching straight into midday sun on day 1 or leaving them out during a surprise windstorm. Drama, tears, droop. Chapter 6, Soil. That sings. Building the perfect bed. Sweet potatoes want loose, sandy, well-drained soil with organic matter. Think pillow, not parking lot. Raised beds or mounded rows warm faster and drain better. Pro tips: mix compost plus a bit of sand or perlite. Target a slightly acidic to neutral pH. Form 10 to 12-inch high ridges for bigger, straighter tubers. Mistakes to avoid: overloading nitrogen, which builds jungle leaves and baby roots. Compacting soil by walking on beds after rain. Chapter 7, Planting Day. Spacing, depth, and zero panic. Plant slips when nights are warm. Bury roots and 1 or 2 nodes of stem, then water, like you mean it. Space 12 to 18 inches apart in rows 3 feet apart, or use a tight zigzag in raised beds. Pro tips: plant late afternoon or cloudy day. Tuck in with a collar of compost. Water with a mild kelp or seaweed solution to reduce transplant shock. Mistakes to avoid: crowding plants shoulder to shoulder, planting too shallow, or forgetting to label rows and playing mystery potato later. Chapter 8, Water and Mulch. Moisture Mastery. Water deeply once or twice a week depending on heat. They prefer long drinks, not daily sips. Mulch right after planting with straw, shredded leaves, or pine needles to lock in moisture and smother weeds. Pro tips: keep mulch a small ring away from the stems to prevent rot. Use a finger test down to your second knuckle before you water. Mistakes to avoid: sprinkling the surface every day, creating shallow roots and high drama. Letting beds swing from desert to swamp like a telenovela. Chapter 9. Feeding without overfeeding. These plants eat, but they do not want a buffet of nitrogen. Focus on balanced nutrition and potassium for tuber bulk. Pro tips: mix compost at planting. If growth stalls mid-season, side dress with compost or a low-nitrogen organic fertilizer. A light wood ash sprinkle can add potassium if your soil is acidic. Mistakes to avoid: monthly blasts of high-nitrogen fertilizer, which create award-winning vines and witness protection-level roots. Chapter 10. Vine Management. Taming the green kraken. Vines will wander like they have travel points. That is fine. The tubers form near the base, not at the vine tips. Pro tips: loop vines back toward the plant to save space. Flip vines gently every few weeks so they do not set extra roots far away. Prune lightly only to clear paths. Mistakes to avoid: assuming more vine equals more tuber, or burying vine tips everywhere, and then wondering why harvest day feels like a treasure hunt in spaghetti. Chapter 11. Pest Patrol. Calm, quick, and kind. Keep an eye out for holes, chew marks, or yellowing that is not age. Pro tips: morning walk with coffee for early detection. Hand-pick caterpillars. Encourage beneficial bugs with flowers like marigold and alyssum. Use row cover early if beetles are bullies. Mistakes to avoid: carpet bombing with harsh chemicals you would not want on your dinner. You are growing food, not filming a disaster movie. Chapter 12. Containers that crush. Big bags, big roots. No yard? No problem. Use fabric grow bags or deep tubs with many drainage holes. Fill with a fluffy mix of compost, cocoa coir, and perlite. Pro tips: 1 slip in a medium bag, 2 in a very large bag. Elevate containers on bricks for airflow. Water more often than beds, but still deeply. Mistakes to avoid: tiny pots, dark containers on scorching concrete, and soil mixes that turn into bricks by mid-season. Chapter 13. Season stretching for cool climates. Sweet potatoes love heat. Give them summer they will brag about. Pro tips: pre-warm beds with black plastic or landscape fabric. Use low tunnels or cold frames early. Choose faster maturing varieties if your season is short. Mistakes to avoid: planting before soil's warm or letting an early fall cold snap steal your gains. Watch the Strong Echo app. Frost alerts like a hawk. Chapter 14. Reading the signs, when to harvest. Most varieties take about 3 to 4 months from planting. Leaves begin to yellow and growth slows. That is your nudge. Pro tips: note your planting date in the Strong Echo app so harvest does not sneak up on you. Harvest before a hard frost to prevent skin damage. Mistakes to avoid: impatience that leads to tiny tubers, or procrastination that invites frostbite and mushy sadness. Chapter 15. The gentle dig. Treasure, not turnips. On a dry day, start a foot out from the crown and lift with a fork, not a shovel of chaos. Work in a circle. Treat each root like it owes you money. Pro tips: brush soil off, do not wash yet. Sort by size immediately so you can cook the scuffed ones first. Mistakes to avoid: stabbing, dropping, or sunbathing your harvest for hours. Sun scald is a thing, and it is rude. Chapter 16. The Sweetness Upgrade. Proper curing. Curing turns starch to sugar and heals tiny nicks. Aim for warm and humid for about a week to 10 days. Pro tips: a cardboard box lined with newspaper, a damp towel over the top, and a warm closet is a surprisingly effective curing cave. Add a small bowl of water inside to raise humidity. Mistakes to avoid: skipping curing or curing in a cold garage, which results in sad, starchy roots that taste like homework. Chapter 17. Storage. Like a root goblin. After curing, store in a cool, dark space with airflow. Think pantry, closet, basement. Pro tips. Check monthly and eat any that get soft spots first. Keep them out of the fridge, which wrecks texture and flavor. Mistakes to avoid. Sealing in plastic bags, stacking in airtight bins, or storing next to apples, which can speed spoilage. Chapter 18. Save the best for next year. Pick your healthiest, best-shaped tubers to become next season's royalty. Pro tips. Store them separately, label them, and start slips in late winter for a head start. Share extras with friends and become the neighborhood tuber dealer. Mistakes to avoid. Saving damaged or diseased roots, or forgetting which ones were your elite breeders. Chapter 19. Leaves you can eat right now. Sweet potato leaves are delicious. Lightly harvest through the season and saute with garlic like spinach. Pro tips. Take a few leaves per vine and rotate plants. A drizzle of sesame oil makes them sing. Mistakes to avoid. Scalp your plants. They still need solar panels to make your roots. Chapter 20. Troubleshooting lightning round. Leggy slips indoors. Give more light and a tiny fan. All vine, no tubers. Too much nitrogen. Too little heat or too much shade. Cracked roots. Wild swings in watering. Mice buffet. Elevate beds or use hardware cloth barriers. Odd shapes. Soil too compacted or rocky. Still delicious. Just photogenically challenged. Grand finale. Claim your crown. You started with one lumpy root and ended with a pantry of sweet, golden greatness. That is not gardening. That is alchemy with snacks. Tell me in the comments how many pounds you pulled. Grab the Strong Echo AI gardening app and make sure you always have a gardening buddy when you need it. You can grow it. Like, subscribe, and send this to someone who thinks sweet potatoes only come from cans. See you in the next epic grow.